Peace, brothers and sisters. This is Dr. Siddiqui Chebaye, and today I'd like to share with you about light. Let's go to science class a little bit today. Let's go to the science room and talk about light. What is light? Light is a natural agent that stimulates sight and make things visible. In other words, what they call that is electromagnetic radiation. That's what light is, electromagnetic radiation. In other words, the invisible becomes visible. All colors depends on light. All colors, all forms of light has its own wavelength and its own frequency. The same with the human being. Each one of us have our own wavelength and our own frequency. That's why you have people at different levels of consciousness. Wow, we must get that. Light consciousness. The invisible becomes visible. Light, as I say, or light can be bright, or it can be not too heavy. In other words, it can be dim. That's why some people have dimmers as lights. They can turn it up and they can turn it down. And we can do that with our minds. We can turn our minds up and we can turn it down, but you must have that kind of control. You must be disciplined enough to do that, because most of us have a mindset where everything is the same. We don't discriminate. We have no discerning spirit. We just operate on emotions and feelings, which comes and goes. It's dangerous. That's what always has gotten us in trouble. Now, light carries energy, and light transfers energy. It carries energy, and it transfers energy through radiation. They go to radiation again. So when light hits the surface, its energy can be absorbed or it can be reflected. Now, let's look into this a little bit now. Now we as a people, the light, we absorb light. White folks reflect light. That's what makes us different. We absorb the heat. We absorb vitamin D. And that's why viruses can't touch us. If we have our balance, no way can it touch us. The other folks are the diseased ones. We didn't know anything about any kind of diseases until they came on the scene. Dark absorbs. Light reflects. The white reflects. And that's why they get cancer and all kinds of skin problems. So we don't have to exaggerate the truth. Just tell it. Tell it like it is. You know, light can be destroyed. Light can be destroyed, but guess what? You can't destroy the energy. All the energy does, it goes into another form. It transforms into something else. Just like our bodies, just like us. Our bodies, you can destroy the body, but the spirit in us, it just transforms into another form. Isn't that great? So we don't have to be afraid of life and death, because death is nothing but leaving one state and going into another state. In other words, like it says in the scripture, you lose your life to gain your life. Born again. So we don't have to be afraid of the truth. Life cannot accelerate or decelerate. And what do I mean by that? Light is constant. It's constant. And it doesn't stop until it hits an object, until it hits matter in which it reflects. Now you can see the matter through the electromagnetic radiation. Oh, we are scientists by nature. Don't be afraid of science. Don't be afraid of math. Don't be afraid of the things that we created and passed it on to everybody else. We need to embrace the things that worked for us. But unfortunately, we allowed somebody to turn our lights out. So now we are roaming around in the dark. But we got to let our lights shine. We have to intentionally do that. Because life is a form of energy, not matter. About 80% of the universe is hydrogen. And hydrogen is the lightest element in the universe. So, and also hydrogen is the first element on the chemistry chart. So if hydrogen is number one and it's the lightest element in the universe, does all the other elements have hydrogen in it that's on the chart? Ask yourself that. Food for thought. That's what I give. I hope that I motivate you to look into this yourself. We have to man up and woman up to save our children because they are a product of us. And if we don't like what we see, then we must adjust our lights so that we can see where we're going and what we're facing. We must transform and renew our minds from a negative to a positive. And a lot of people say, oh, I've done my best. Well, sometimes your best is not good enough. So what do? You do better. So what's better than better? Better. So best shouldn't be at the top. Best should be in the middle. Good, best, and better. Because better always leaves you room to grow, to elevate, to transform, to move. Light. Light is a natural agent that stimulates sight and makes things visible. So we must open our eyes, our physical eyes, to see what's in front of us, and definitely open up our mental eyes to connect with the universe so that we can see all the other stuff. Stop pretending. Keep your lights on and keep them bright at all times. Raw food for thought. Peace.